Do you ever feel stuck trying to start an agency, but you can't figure out what to actually sell? I've been there. When I started my first agency, I had 11 different services listed on my website. 11. But I only signed one client in the first 2 months. Not because the services were bad, but because nobody, including me, could explain what I actually did. I've built 3 7-figure agencies since then, worked with over 1,500 small businesses, run thousands of campaigns, and today I do it all as a one-person agency with 0 employees. And I can tell you now, offering clients more options did not help me. It stopped me. More options meant more decisions. More decisions meant more research. More research meant watching even more YouTube videos about starting an agency instead of actually starting one. So in this video, I'm going to show you a simple 2-question test that instantly eliminates the wrong services, why most popular agency services fail it, and the one service you can start with today, even with 0 experience, that gets real results fast. There's also an analogy in here that's going to make this so obvious you'll wonder why nobody said it sooner. But let's start with why most people never manage to sign even a single client. They don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they pick the wrong service to offer, choosing something that's either too hard to sell or too slow to prove. And if you miss either one of those, you quit before anything even has a chance to work. Pick wrong here and you'll waste months before you even know it. So before you commit to anything, I want you to run every service you're considering offering through what I call the 2-question test. It's not a very original name, but it's effective. Question 1, does the client already know they have a problem? Question 2, can you show results fast enough that you don't talk yourself out of it first? Miss either one, you don't get clients. Question 1 is about the sale. You want to walk into a conversation where the business owner already knows that they have the problem. You don't want to deal with someone who you've got to convince first. Because when you do it the right way, it becomes a confirmation and not a sales pitch. It's a completely different energy. Question 2 is about you. You see, when you start, you're going to doubt yourself. It's totally normal. The question is, though, whether your service shows visible results fast enough to answer and overcome that doubt before it kills your momentum. Most agency services out there that you're being told to offer fail at least one of these questions. So let me walk you through a few of them now so you can see what this actually looks like. Let's start with Facebook ads and Google ads. Question 1, does the client already know they have a problem? Well, sometimes. But you're often convincing someone to spend money that they're kind of nervous about. And if they've tried ads before and they didn't quite work for them, now you're also carrying all of that history and all of that baggage into the room. So that is not a confirmation. That's a negotiation, one that you didn't sign up for. Question 2, can you show results fast enough? Well, maybe. But ad results are kind of noisy. A bad month happens, the client pulls the budget, you end up getting the blame before you even get the chance to fix it. Next, social media management. Question 1, does the client already know they have a problem? Well, usually yes, but it's not an urgent problem. We should probably post more. It's very different from, we have a problem that's costing us money right now. Question 2, can you show results fast enough? No. Growing a page takes months. You're delivering work every week and nothing dramatic is going to show up on the report. I mean, the report may say that engagement is up, but the client is probably going to say, so where are the customers? Next up, SEO. Question 1, does the client know they have a problem? Well, in most cases, no. Most business owners don't even understand what SEO is. So you spend the first meeting explaining what a keyword ranking is. And by the time that they truly understand, well, they've already decided that they don't want it. Question 2, can you show results fast enough? Definitely no. 6 to 12 months minimum, depending on the competition. This is an advanced relationship, not a beginner service. So don't offer this first. So look at what's actually happening across all of those services. You're either trying to convince someone to care, or you're waiting months to prove that anything worked, or explaining something they don't fully understand yet. Which means that all of these services are making your life way more difficult and way less profitable than it should be. Here's another service you're going to hear a lot about, the AI receptionist. This is where you install a voice AI agent to automatically answer the business's phone after hours, on weekends, or whenever they're unable to answer the phone. Question 1, does the client already know they have a problem? Well, any business that answers phones already knows that they miss calls, so you're not explaining the problem, they live it every day. Question 2, can you show results fast enough? Yep, because you can demo a live AI call right there in the meeting. So this one passes both questions, and you should sell this eventually, but just not at first. Because there's a third question that most people never even think about. Can you deliver this service without being a marketing expert? This is the one question that changes everything. I want you to think for a second about someone who assembles IKEA furniture for people. Not the person who designed it, not the engineer who figured out the joinery, or the sadistic genius who thought to make people build entire bookcases with just a single Allen wrench. Just the person who shows up and opens the box and follows the steps. That person, the assembler, They don't need to understand how the furniture works or the engineering behind it. They don't need woodworking skills or design knowledge. They just need to open the box and follow the instructions. And when they're done, you can see the result instantly. That is the type of service that you want to sell. Simple, obvious, fast payoff. And that is exactly what reputation management is. You're not designing or building the furniture from scratch. You're just assembling it, putting it together. Most businesses already know that they need more Google reviews. They just don't have a system asking for them. Set that up once and it runs automatically. Results show up in days and you don't need any marketing experience to make it work. In other words, you don't need to be a marketing strategist. You're basically the IKEA assembler. You just get paid a lot more for it. Now, who are you actually doing this for? Local service businesses. Think dentists, chiropractors, HVAC companies, roofers, gyms, salons, auto repair shops, any business that competes locally and lives on word of mouth. These businesses know that their Google reputation matters, they just don't have a system to do anything about it. And the best part is, these businesses are not hard to find. Let's open Google Maps right now. We'll search for any service business in any city, and you're gonna see businesses with 8 or 10 or 6 reviews sitting next to competitors with 300, 500, 1,000 plus. That gap is your opportunity. That business with 8 or 6 or 4 reviews already knows that they're losing. They just haven't met you yet. Here's what this looks like in real life. Picture a dentist. Good practice, patients like him, but he's sitting at a 4.2 rating on Google with only 34 reviews. Meanwhile, his competitor down the street has a 4.8 rating and over 200 reviews. Now, what do you think happens when someone searches dentist near me and sees both listings? Who do they call? That's right, not him. And it's not because he's a worse dentist. It's just because he doesn't have a system asking his happy patients to say so publicly. But here's what happens after you fix that. A patient comes in, gets their teeth cleaned, leaves. 10 minutes later, their phone buzzes with this text. Hey, quick favor, would you mind leaving us a review? They tap it, leave 5 stars, and that dentist starts getting more business. And thanks to automation, that happens after every single visit, automatically, without him or you doing anything extra. Within 30 days, he's gone from 34 reviews to 60. His rating's climbing, he's showing up higher in search, new patients are calling, and at the end of the month, he gets a report showing exactly what changed. Now, what is one new patient actually worth to a dentist? Well, according to a quick Google search, industry estimates put the average lifetime value of a single dental patient somewhere between $4,000 and $10,000. That is one patient who came in for a cleaning. And a happy patient who refers even just one friend or family member, now you're looking at double that amount. Your fee of $197 to $297 a month paid for itself before the end of the first month. Everything after that is just pure upside for them. That is why this offer sells. That is why clients stay long term. So here's exactly how you deliver it. First, it's important to understand that you are not building any of this yourself. The whole system is already set up inside of a software called High Level. So here's all you do. Step 1, connect their Google business listing. Step 2, turn on automated review requests. Step 3, set up the message. Step 4, the system runs. Reviews come in automatically. That's it. That's the job. Not a 47-step onboarding process, just that. And before you ask whether you can actually do this, yes, you can. When you open a client's account, there's a section called Reviews AI. You connect their Google listing, turn on the automated request, set the message, and you're done. The software sends the review request to every customer automatically from that point forward. You are not configuring anything complicated. You're just filling in a name, connecting an account, and clicking save. Most people finish their first setup in under 20 minutes. Most of that time is spent waiting for Google to verify the listing. Honestly, waiting is the hardest part. The full step-by-step walkthrough, including the exact message templates and all of that, is inside the private community that comes with your free trial. It's already built, you just install it, swap in your client's details, and you go. Now, here's exactly what to say to get your first or next client. Write this down. Hey, name. I help type of business automatically get more Google reviews so they show up higher on Google and bring in more customers. Takes about 20 minutes to set up and I handle everything. Want me to show you how it works? Now, read or listen to that again. That is not a marketing pitch. That's someone describing a simple service that solves a problem that the business owner already knows they have. That is the whole business. Now let's talk about where you can take this, because reputation management isn't the ceiling, it's just the floor. When you deliver results for your client, and you will because the system does the work, you become someone that they trust, and trust unlocks everything that comes next. The natural next conversation after that is the AI receptionist. For example, you're already talking to your new dentist client, reviews are coming in, ratings are climbing, they're happy, so you say, hey, I noticed you're probably missing calls while you're with patients or after hours. We could have an AI pick up those calls, answer questions, and book appointments automatically. Want me to add that on? That is not a cold pitch. It is the logical next step from someone who already proved that they can deliver value. So the yes comes easy. And that is a very different conversation than, hi, I'm an agency, please hire me. You started as the IKEA assembler. Now you're the person that they call when anything in the business needs fixing. Here's how this actually turns into revenue. $100 to $97 a month for reputation management, $300 to $500 a month for the AI receptionist. Then websites and follow-up automations layered on top. One client, multiple services, one growing monthly revenue stream. Run that out across 5 different clients and you're looking at a real monthly income from a system you set up once. That's just basic math, and it compounds every time you add a new service or sign a new client. And here's why this matters beyond the money. In a usual, standard, traditional agency with 25 clients, a normal monthly churn rate means you're losing 1 or 2 clients a month just to stay flat. That's a treadmill. And you're signing new clients just to replace the old ones that are leaving, not to actually grow. But with this offer, a client who has your review system running, your AI answering their phones, and automated follow-up bringing customers back, that client is not switching agencies. Not because they can't, but because everything's working and they know it. That is how this compounds. Not just more services per client, but clients who actually stick around long enough to matter. And this is how it grows once you get your first result. You see, each result builds your confidence and makes the next service easier to sell. You're not learning marketing by studying marketing. You're learning it by going out, setting up a review system for one business, watching it work, and realizing you just did something real. The IKEA assembly idea is just how you get in the room. Now, I want to be clear with you about something. Simple does not mean automatic on your end. Yes, the software pretty much runs itself, but your outreach doesn't, your follow-up doesn't, and your client relationships don't either. So here's what the actual work looks like in week 1. First, you pick a business. Let's say plumbers. You open Google Maps, you find 20 plumbers in your city, or any city really, with under 50 reviews. You send each of them that message I just showed you. You follow up 2 days later with anyone who didn't respond. It's probably 1 hour of work total. That is it. That is the week 1 job. The people who don't make it with this model are not the ones who couldn't learn the software. They're the ones who convinced themselves that watching videos counts as working, including possibly this one. Guess I'm part of the problem here. The ones who do make it, on the other hand, send their first message before they feel ready. They set up their first account while they're still feeling just a little bit nervous, and they sign their first client before they feel like an expert. Because the confidence does not come before the action, it comes after. So let me make this simple. There are 2 types of people watching this video right now. One is still preparing, the other is already doing. The only question is, do you want to be someone who is still preparing a year from now, or someone who is already running your own agency and making a full-time or part-time living from it? Everything I just walked you through, the review automation, the AI receptionist, the outreach scripts, the full agency system, all of it is pre-built inside High Level and ready to install the moment you start your free trial. Links in the descriptions below this video. And if you want to see the complete step-by-step breakdown from picking your niche and type of business to landing your first client to scaling past 10K a month, I put together a free masterclass that I've linked up right here that's going to cover the entire thing. So feel free to tap or click that now. We'll see you in there in just a second.